So hello everyone, and today we will see the first match of the Dubai 2022 World Cup, Padel World Cup final between Spain and Argentina, and we will try to see what happened 2 years ago. And in a future video, I will try to give some prediction and assess who will win the World Cup that we will see uh, in 2 weeks, if not less. I think it starts on 28th of October. So we will start by analyzing the first some of the games of the decisive games of the first match, and yeah, let's enjoy it together.
¿Adivinan que hay alguna dificultad?
So first of all, it's Paquito Lebron against Tapia Chingotto. I mean, to give you a little bit of context, uh, Paquito Navarro and LeBron had already played together, Tapia Chingotto never. And LeBron was number one in the world. Tapia was playing with Sancho, Chingotto with Teo. And for sure the match was going to be very close, but Navarro and LeBron were favorites because they have already played together. So let's give us a look.
Dificultad en la bola que tienen que tapar por
First
el
point.
centro.
We
Y
are
eso,
2-1
pues yo creo que
Chingotto
lo
Tapia.
van a intentar explotar también. Ajusta un poco en función de las salidas de pared, por dónde tienen que cubrir.
Mucho por arriba, Paco.
Okay, so very big risk now. The lights skip to break point for Chingotto Tapia. This is already a very important point, and we will see what happens. Great volley from LeBron.
Lebron sobre Chingotto. Cambia el ritmo con el globo.
Great lob.
Y la salida de pared de Juan Lebron.
Okay, let's give a little bit of an analysis of this point, by the way, because I think that's. Oh, sorry, not this point.
Ajusta un poco en función de las salidas de pared, por dónde tienen que cubrir.
Not this
Mucho
point.
por arriba, Paco.
Okay, there we go. I wanted this. So Paquito Navarro serves, gets to the net, gets to the net. By the way, gets to the net is a kind of uh, something that should be understood. Going to the net doesn't mean getting on the net. It means states exactly where Paquito is, which is at the second post of defense. He served, first ball, he served to the corner. Let's see where Tapia goes. Tapia goes on the backhand volley of LeBron. So again, this is a tactic that we are seeing a lot on the return, going on the backhand side of a player. Usually it's to not get killed on the first volley. And here immediately LeBron changed direction, which shows that there is some sort of strategy probably in play, because usually a more common ball would be to play down the center to make Tapia move. Instead, LeBron goes for this direction to change completely the diagonals. So I guess they felt more comfortable playing on this diagonal between LeBron and Chingotto, where for sure LeBron is number one in the world in 2022, while Chingotto has just won, I think, one title with Teo, but nothing more. LeBron is winning all the tournaments basically, while Tapia and Paquito are very close in levels, if not Tapia was winning more. Although 2022 is the year in which Paquito stopped playing with Dylan and then played with Teo on the right side. So Paquito was a little bit in trouble. That year, him and Dineno, they weren't performing that well. So let's cancel out a little bit of, sorry, excuse me, of errors. Let's delete a little bit of errors. Why? Because they changed diagonal, so they changed completely the strategy of the game. So let's test them. And invece Chingotto, which is very similar to Dineno, immediately lobs. immediately lobs. Lob goes to LeBron. Okay, once again, a little bit of context. Tapia has gone to the net once Chingotto's eaten the lob. And not this. I mean, I can't draw apparently. The Chingotto hit it a lob, which is pretty much what the My Hero wants to signal. And
Lebron sobre
here, LeBron Vibra was not great as it bounced pretty much around this zone. There is a mosquito here which I'm going to kill very closely. Okay. And he gave Chingotto the opportunity to hit a Chiquita on LeBron's feet, which, as you can see, has just hit the ball in an unfavorable position since also Chingotto now is at the net. So I think strategically, Tapia and Chingotto have done very well the first part of this point. Now let's let the arrows once again, and let's see how LeBron handles
Chingotto.
this. Goes for a counter
Cambia el
lob,
ritmo con el globo.
but okay, counter lob on the volley. First of all, not that it's the simplest thing to do. Of course, he was number one in the world. He's one of the legends of the game. So for him, it shouldn't be too hard. And he hit it very, very close to the wall. And Chingotto, because the ball is quite easy, it's another big lob. This time he goes over LeBron. Okay, now that's interesting point. The lob is an offensive shot, sure. Usually, a better lob will be going in not in the middle usually, because then the opponents can attack him, but usually to the angles of the court. First of all, you have more space because let's assume you can shoot it diagonally. So let's say from here up to, sorry, you can design apparently. From here up to, let's say here, you have a lot more space to put the lob in. And the same works for this diagonal. So the other one. But in this case, Chingotto is a big lob in the center and LeBron can attack it. So usually this kind of lobs, yeah, offensive shots because they are at the net, but if your opponents are good like Paquito and LeBron, you risk of losing the point right away. And in this case, LeBron misses it. And that's a big mistake. Very big mistake. So LeBron went for a winner, which is, I don't think it was an incorrect decision because the lob, I mean, the shot quality of that lob wasn't very high since he bounced it extremely high over the glass. And LeBron had the chance and he missed it. And that's the first break. And this break basically decides the first set because we are going to see you will see now the last game of the set.
Amazon è la tua destinazione per offerte incredibili.
And now Amazon ruins my video, of course. Thank you. Yeah, very nice. Okay. So there we go. Okay, let's see a bit what happens. So first point, great serve by Chingotto. Great volley by Tapia, amazing. Return lob, by the way. Short lob. Okay, first thing to say, something that that's usually taught. Okay, first of all, great ball. There is a first there was yeah. I wanted exactly that. That last shot from LeBron. Yeah, I wanted to. Yeah, exactly. This shot that you are about to see. Okay, perfect. I stopped at the right point. Looked at how low does LeBron hit the ball. Now, usually, when this kind of situation happen, you rarely go for a lob. It's very hard to go for a lob in this position. Too low. You're just too low. It's very hard. So usually, what they tell you is to shoot hard, possibly on the backhand side of these guys. So, but not, yeah, this direction or this direction, and or maybe in the middle if there are, let's say, a right-handed player and a left-handed player playing. But usually you don't go for a lob. Too risky. And that's exactly what happens in this point. So LeBron doesn't go for one of these two shots, goes for an extremely difficult lob, and he gets punished. Look at where Tapia is hitting this smash. I mean, for him, sorry, I can't draw lines apparently, but I think I can do it. Yes. Yeah, look at where Tapia is hitting the smash. I mean, it's a little bit to the second post. For them, it's like a super easy shot. They can do everything. And by the way, if you look at at Paquito right now, Paquito has already anticipated the shot. So in this case, that would be an very not so useful cost of energy for Paquito, but yeah, smash is way too easy for a guy like that. So 30-15 now, serve to the back end of Paquito. Again, we've seen this change of diagonals, which is a little bit weird. Back end of Chingotto. Now, yeah, you see, LeBron played a Chiquita on the back end of Chingotto so that they can start to be a little bit more offensive. And now, lob on Chingotto. Notice one thing. LeBron did a little bit of a step forward and then a little bit of a step backwards. So I guess he decided that he was not that good of a lob to go to the net. Very interesting decision. So we have a parallel bandeja. And here Tapia enters the game, of course. And now there is uh, time for the quiz. So Tapia is hitting the ball, is hitting some sort of beaver. Where is he going to go? So option A. Oh my word, I can't draw. Option A, here. Option B. My word, I can draw. Option B here. Option 3 here. Where do you think he's going to go? Okay, I have a pretty favorite one. I think he's going to go to the middle. And yeah, I actually didn't see this game. I just want to see a little bit if I can get this. I mean, it swept the spaces. But maybe Tapia surprises me. He doesn't. He went to the space, and now the situation is this. Now, once again, the space is here. I don't think Tapia has eaten here. I think he went on the back end, but let's see if it's correct. Yes. So, first of all, they didn't let LeBron play with the forehand. I think that was part of the strategy. Now, once again, LeBron, it's another lob from a difficult position. This time it's not that short, but still easy shot for Tapia. Paquito, it's a very good lob. Another, oh wow. Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, good Kemanita. Yeah, and here we can see what happens. So Tapia, it's a very good vibra. Once again, Paquito is already in front. It's kind of the same mistake that we've seen Galan play in the mega point, the most important point. Maybe I will link it up there. Um, the most important point in the Chingalan against the Tapia Coelho final in Paris, 2024. And kind of the same mistake, I would say. Paquito's already there. The vibra comes back to Paquito. Not an easy shot because the shot quality of Tapia was very good, but still. And here they kind of, hesitated, and that's because they don't play together, and that's quite normal. With Tapia Chingotto, if they train together, they would be kind of like Shingalan, basically, with Tapia going to smash and play a lot of vibras in the center to try to get dominance in the court. Here, they both didn't intend. They didn't get who was going to go to this ball. So Tapia gets there, but it's completely out of position. It's very rare to see two paddle players so close and to another side. And here, I told you there are a few principles in paddle. One is space. One is space, and I will show what I mean with space. I mean, here you go, usually you go here. And the second one is disguise, which actually will be the third one. The first one is shot quality, of course. What do I mean? Both players, one is going here, the other one is running to go this way. So because LeBron is very smart, LeBron finds that he can take them, he can wrong foot them and go back this way. And that's exactly what happens in this game. Boom. Yeah, and funny enough, now both players, once again, they find themselves in this space at the end of the point, but at the same in the same side. And once again, a great play from LeBron, using the space, using the disguise to to look at Paquito to play the match. And this is another important point: breakpoint Spain. And Paquito, it's a bad lob. Nothing much to say. Very poor shot quality in that case. Probably a poor choice of shot as well. Here, Paquito goes for his. Oh, wow. That's what I meant before, by the way. Before I told you that, yeah, the lob is an offensive shot, for sure. But a two deep lobs, I'm sorry, that gets high after the glass on the forehand of some sort of players, that's very dangerous. Very, very dangerous because I can tell you that hitting a Bajada or a Cuchilla in this case, winner from a very high ball is not that the hardest thing to do in the world. So, but if you get the same ball on the backhand side or on the double glass, it gets a completely different story. So, I can tell you that the lob is an offensive shot, but yeah, to get things into context. So another big lob, amazing lob, two amazing lob. Again, yeah, again. So we've seen LeBron missing a couple of bajadas in this first set, and that's eventually what decided the game. But usually this is a good decision because the ball was very high. So now let's go to the other important point, important game, I should say, actually, which happens on 6-5. Yeah. Oh, again, Amazon. Oh, it's not Amazon. It's Canva, actually. Yeah. By the way, I use Canva for the thumbnails, but. So, 6-5, LeBron Navarro against Tapia Chingotto. Uh, we are already in the middle of a point. Let's see what happens. Tapia fakes a smash, goes wrong footing the opponent. Tapia twice went for a disguise. And here he goes into space. Yes. By the way, I just killed the mosquito, I'm sorry. And now space is created here, and Tapia goes for it right away. And here's something that most amateurs don't understand. What Paquito's just done is a bote pronto lob. I mean, the sense is very clear. There was space behind Chingotto, yes. So basically, that's why he went for it. But the shot itself, it's very hard. Bote pronto with the backhand side lob. Yeah, I mean, okay. We are, we are playing about some of the best players in the world. And it was a good lob. Yeah. And now what happens here is they get on the fence. That shot was amazing from Paquito because Chingotto has to hit this Bandeja while he's going backwards. His foot are not on the ground, and Paquitos just immediately found the time to go to the net. By the way, it's very uncommon, let's say, to go to the net, usually cross court. I'll explain why. The point is that when I did this mistake a lot. So when you lob cross court and you go to the net, if it's not an exceptionally good lob, you're giving angles to the opponent. So you're giving him, for example, the rulo. You're giving him a gancho if he's on the right side. So you're giving the option. You're giving him a slow ball in the center. So you have to kind of be a goalkeeper at some point. Also, you give him, of course, a very big target with your chest if you try to go the net that way. But if you execute a good lob parallel, you go to the net. Yeah, either they don't shoot at you, or the ball just comes straight to you. So they basically have one direction. It's hard that they can do some sort of gancho in parallel. It's very hard. So basically, it's quite easy to block in general. Even though you have technically less time because the opponent is closer, but doesn't matter that much. And in this case, Chingotto is jumping. Kind of hard to hit a good bandeja or a good gancho in that position. Immediately, of course, it goes to LeBron because LeBron is not going to the net. So we'll see what happens in the point. Oh, I left one arrow. Chingotto doesn't hit a very good bandeja. And here we have a good Chiquita, and this is a very important moment that I wanted to show. So Chingotto has to hit a forehand volley with Paquito already at the net. LeBron coming to the net. We've seen before LeBron hitting a counter lob on the same ball that Chingotto gave to him in the last game. In this case, Chingotto goes for exactly, yes, that's exactly what happens. Chingotto goes for another Chiquita, counter Chiquita, but LeBron gets it first, gets it very early, very fast movement from LeBron. This is why he was number one. And he hits in the space. At this point, clearly, it's a Chiquita on the forehand. He read it well. Tapia can't do anything, basically. So amazing construction of the point. And I would say, of course, LeBron it a massive Chiquita and he was very able to anticipate, but the counter lob was the moment which Paquito switched the point in his favor, in their favor. 30 all, lob. Look, this case, why they both went to the net. Okay, let's understand, because before I told you, first of all, we have seen LeBron not going to the net, just the point before. But now we see both going to the net. Why? Look. Yeah. Look where Chingotto is hitting this bandeja. I mean, what? He's jumping and he's behind the line. Yeah, in that case, he doesn't have, for example, these angles. I mean, how are you going to hit them? You don't. So he has way less option. He's way on the defensive. Usually, you either let this ball bounce or you try to do what Chingotto is doing to hit a bandeja, but now both players are comfortably in the nets. Once again, we will cancel the signs. Again, Bandeka on the backhand volley. Tapia now has to go back. And now the game basically some sort of restarts because now Paquito Navarro and Lebron are at the net. Of course, the net is over principle. I mean, this is not even, shouldn't even be named. At the net, you win like 70% of the points, at least. Libero from LeBron. Chingotto has to move away, but it's quite high. Paquito finds the ball after the net. Space. Yeah. Goes through the center. And now Paquito goes to the net. Both of the nets. And here in the space. Yeah, and what happens here is it's a classic. So lob. And here is the important moment of the moment. Chingotto still at the net. Now both Paquito and LeBron are in the net position. So logically, Tapia has a very high ball. So either he's going to strike it fast in the center, or we have seen lately he trying to do this a lot. Now, option B, which is this, I will say is option B, is impossible because of Chingotto position. Because if it's not a winner, it's a loser. He just gets in the back end of Paquito. Paquito just smash it down the line. And it's done. Even if it just gets with the back end, it just slice it down the line and it's a point done. So Tapia has to go fast in the center. And what happens is that LeBron reads it very, very well and finds, of course, the space in the middle. Space. We are seeing all of this principle applied. So the net, of course, but the net is not even a principle. I would say principle 0. Shot quality. This is very, very important. A bad Bandeka can give the initiative to the opponent. Bad lob can give the initiative to the opponent, and so on. So let's see now. Now is set point. By the way, in this case, LeBron goes to the net. I think it was more a surprise effect. So yeah, I guess Chingotto didn't expect LeBron to go to the net. He immediately changed direction. Tapia goes for the smash, and yeah, that's kind of impatience. I think this is something that Tapia has improved. One is patience, two is smash, because his smash now is better than it was before, and he uses way better. Here, Paquito just smash it out. So nothing much to say about this game, and now we will see the last game. The last game of the match, 42-51, I think it was I signed myself. Yeah. And once again, Amazon, of course, wants to show his that was not wanted. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, fair enough. Maybe I will have to cut out some parts, but I don't know. I don't think if I want to do it. So now 5-3, LeBron Navarro third set. Back and serve, by the way. And okay, already the first thing to say, uh, the serve was on the back end. My word, I can draw arrows. I can draw arrows. Yeah. The serve was on the back end. And the moment that LeBron saw it, LeBron jumped to try to cover the middle. Uh, by the way, this is not a conventional tactic at all. So usually this ball goes to Paquito, and I think this as well will go to Paquito. But LeBron is trying to close the gap to surprise a bit Tapia and to maybe immediately win a one more point. So I think that's more of a surprise effect. Paquito hits it. Vibora. This is uh, such a difficult player to play. You play against Paquito. Paquito has this Vibora, which is just incredible. Tapia immediately has to hit a very difficult block, and he does it well. So, I mean, we are seeing some shot quality of insane level. I mean, you give that um, Vibora, you give that block that Tapia did, you give it to some other players, which is even a bit lower than them, but still in the top 100. That's a very hard block. Tapia was able to play a counter Chiquita. I mean, that's insanely difficult. They are insanely sensible over the racket. Sensitive, I should say. And now they were able to pass on the top. I mean, that's all because Tapia was able to block that ball. That's not easy. That's not easy at all. Below the height, high speed, high spin. That's the shot that came from Paquito. Tapia blocks it, and he blocks it well. I mean, this tells you something. You see 30-15 for Spain. One more lob to Paquito. Tapia this time doesn't go to the net. It's one more lob. This is short. And yeah, we've seen a lot. The lob, it's an offensive shot. It's not that easy to play, especially on that ball that comes after with Paquito. A lot of spin, quite some speed, very hard to hit. A lob. They are able to do it. Tapia is able to do it for sure, but it's still hard. And in this case, he gets punished because this was a very important point. And now we have 40-30. Once again, by the way, 3 serves on the back end of Tapia. Now LeBron goes into space, Chingotto covers Tapia. It's a mega lob, but it goes out. I think there was some wind, by the way, in this match. Now it's Paquito giving an interview, but we will not see it. But for sure, what we've seen in this match is that, well, Paquito and LeBron won this match suffering a lot. I think they were not used to play couples like Tapia Chingotto, and we are seeing now with Shingaran how effective a duo with basically one player that smashes a lot and one player that doesn't miss and construct a point. This kind of couples can be very, very effective. We are just seeing it now. And, well, pretty much that was the reason why they lost the first set, plus 3 mistakes from LeBron Bahadas. And now we've seen the quality of the players making the difference. So the counter lob from Paquito in 6-5. And then, for example, the Tapia block in the last game. Amazing. Amazing. So, well, that was the recap of the first match. Kind of the analysis of the first match. Very hard to say something about this kind of match, thinking about this World Cup in 2024. I don't feel, of course, we will not see Paquito and LeBron playing together because LeBron is playing on the left side as well, like Paquito. So they will not play together. But we might see Tapia and Chigotto once again. We don't know, but we might see them. And that will be a very interesting couple. I think now Chingotto has improved insanely. So I think if Tapia can get used to what Galan is doing with Chingotto, it's going to be very, very hard for every couple that's going to play against them. And I'm not sure who Spain is going to put them against. I think the best choice would be to put Galan and Coelho. But to put Galan and Coelho together, it's going to be very hard to coordinate. And we will analyze it. I don't know if they played together in the second match, Galan and Coelho, but Coelho is very high and he's lefty. So for Galan to adapt, it will be difficult. And if they play against one each other, I would say that Tapia and Chingotto have a big chance to win it. But if the court conditions are going to be fast, if this is the matchup that we will see, no chance. I think Galan and Koi are going to get the better. So that's my recap for today, and I hope you enjoyed, and you got some insights from the world best players. We'll see you in the next video.